Seth and we're on the Central Coast. We're at Judkins Middle School, home of the Panthers. And with us right now, Garrett, how are you?
Good.
Are you in 7th or 8th grade?
7th.
7th grade?
Yes.
Pretty easy so far?
Yeah.
Is there anything that is difficult about 7th grade?
Not the math part, it's the language.
The language? Well,
Yeah.
good. I'm glad we're here for the math part. Make it a little easier for you, too,
Yes,
all right?
okay.
All right, let's go ahead and grab a marker. B's uncle said that if you subtract 15 from 3 times his age, you would get 60. B wrote the equation, so I'll let you write down the equation. 3x minus 15 is equal to 60. So I'll read the problem one more time to make sure that everything's making sense with you.
Okay.
B's uncle said that if you subtract 15 from 3 times his age, you would get 60. So let's see if the equation is even correctly written up there.
Okay.
If you subtract 15, so where do we have a subtract 15?
We have a subtract 15 after 3 times his age.
Right. From 3 times his age. So we're subtracting 15 from 3 times his age.
Yes.
You would get, which would be the same as, equal to, or is, 60.
Oh, the
Right?
equation's not real.
You're fine,
Oh.
right? Everything's fine, right? Because you're subtracting 15 from 3 times, and then you would get 60. The reason I wanted you to write that up there is because write down the numbers as you hear them now, okay? Because this is correct, but what I want you to do is over here, write them down as you hear them and see
Yes.
how it might have been messed up a little bit. If you subtract 15 from 3 times his age, you would get 60. Now you see how this equation is a little different than that one?
Yes.
You have the same numbers, right? And you have the variable in the right spot. But this would come out to be something completely different, wouldn't it? So when we think about the problem, subtracting 15 from something is the way we need to have it up there. Perfect the way we've got. So the question is, how old is B's uncle? So how would you solve this problem?
I would solve it by, first you would try to solve for x by subtracting 15 by 3 times as old he is. So
So you want to solve for x, so you want to isolate x. So what is the first step we need to do?
60 minus 15.
Well, if we subtract
Oh
15...
no, 15 times 3.
Possibly. What you want to do is you want to get the x all by itself, so you have to get rid of this number. What is that number?
15.
The 15 or negative 15?
Negative.
Negative 15. So you want to get rid of the negative 15. So in order to get rid of the negative 15, you do the inverse operation, which is the opposite. So what's the opposite of negative 15?
15. Positive 15.
Right, positive 15. So let's put a positive 15 underneath that. And with these equations, whatever you do to the one side, you want to do to the other side.
Yes.
So bring your equal sign down. And if we added 15 here, what do we have to do there?
We have to add 60.
Add 15, right? So go ahead and put a line underneath that. If we have negative 15 and positive 15, what does that become? What happens to it?
It zeroes out to.
It zeroes out, right? It cancels each other out, right?
Yeah.
So what you can do is we just go like this. We'll just cancel that out. So bring down your equal sign. So what's left on the left side of the equation?
3x.
Perfect. And on the right side, what do we get now?
We get 80. We get 75.
Perfect. So we now have 3x is equal to 75, but we don't want 3x. How many do we want?
We want how old he is.
Right, we want how old he is, but we can solve that by getting 1x, right? We don't want 3x, we just want 1x, because we want x to equal something.
Yes.
How do we make 3x turn into 1x?
We would divide 3 into 75, and then we would get x.
Perfect. So why don't you go ahead and divide both sides by 3. Perfect. All right, so let's go ahead and look at the question one more time. B's uncle said that if you subtract 15 from 3 times his age, you would get 60. This is the equation. How old is B's uncle? Now, how do you know that that is the correct answer?
Because 75 divided by 3 is 25. Because a quarter is 25 cents.
Good. So we know from here 75 divided by 3 is 25, but how do we know that it is the correct answer up here? Do you know how to check that?
You would multiply 25 times 3.
And then what?
Add 15.
Well, instead of adding 15, take
Oh,
the
subtracting 15.
There you go. So let's go ahead and rewrite it.
So, rewrite this.
Rewrite that equation. So we have 3, and then open parentheses. Yeah, because what is x? What's the value for x?
Nothing.
Well, what is it now?
It's 25.
So put 25 in there. Now write the rest of the equation. So you have the minus 15 next.
Minus 15.
Equals. Now, go ahead and solve this.
So, first you would do this because parentheses comes first.
Perfect.
And then 25 times 3 is 75. I refer as like quarters. And then if you minus 15, it would be 60, which is up here.
Garrett, nicely done. Checked it, so you made sure it's right.